All right, okay. We talking about Tyler Perry Straw, his new movie Straw. Now, I watched the movie and I'm trying to wrap my head around where I'm gonna start off with this. I'm kind of scatterbrained right now, but we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Tyler Perry Straw. My first thing to say is, well done, bravo, brava. You know what I mean? This has been his best movie yet, I would say. Definitely one of his top movies, for sure. He really executed on this one. In my opinion, he really executed on this one. The cinematography on there, the performance, the story, the plot line, the plot twist, everything was coherent, everything was together. It didn't feel like it was independent or, low budget, low quality. It felt real. It felt real in the sense of the genre that was, what genre this is, which is a drama thriller. It definitely had that drama. It definitely had that thriller aspects of it. I think overall, it's a great Tyler Perry film. Like, I was impressed, and I even say within the first couple seconds, within the first minute, I was like, oh shit, Tyler Perry got a new crew. You know what I'm saying? So. Just from the quality of how it looks, how it was put together, cinematography, good job, editing, good job. I really felt when I was watching the movie, I really felt her performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit was good. Everything was good. Now, in his previous stuff, not so good, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I could see where he's trying to go with this, this thriller kind of vibe, but it didn't really execute like it needed to. But this one was executed. Well done. Let's go back to some of his previous work, like A Fall from Grace. You watch that, and then the whole thing was you remember the scene where old girl, she had hit dude over the head with a baseball bat, and we clearly see she caved that man head in with that baseball bat. And it's like, damn. And then the next scene, you see him walking around with a bandage on. It's like, what the fuck, Tyler Perry? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? But once you analyze it to where you analyze it, and where you analyze it to where you see that we never seen any of that stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? When she hit that man upside the head, when she found out that he was cheating and doing all that stuff to her, we didn't see that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because in the beginning of the movie, she's being questioned. And when people are being questioned, their stories become exaggerated. So in that sense of what we've seen was her exaggeration. We seen her narrating the story of what happened. We seen her version, her side of the story. So, of course, it's not going to seem realistic. You know what I'm saying? It's exaggerated. And what this film is, it's exaggerated. You know what I'm saying? It's exaggerated. That's why she's going through all this bullshit. Because it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And that goes into the plot twist, which is, I guess I'm going to get into that. So the whole thing with this one was, no, we'll back that up. Within the first minute, I was like, oh yeah, Tyler Perry got a new crew. And I say that because the cinematography and the editing, the shots that I seen. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't no sitcom. You know what I'm saying? This was shot well. You know what I'm saying? And even when that scene in the beginning when she's like walking down the hallway carrying her daughter in her hands in the hospital, I was like, oh shit, okay, we got us a movie right here. You know what I'm saying? Even like when the shots where Taraji and her daughter was in the bed, the close-ups on the fan spinning, and the close-ups in the room, the close-up of the tub faucet running water, like those are cinematic shots. Those are we're taking in her environment. You know what I mean? We're taking in her living situation. You know, the bowls of food that's laying around. We're taking in her environment. We're entering into her world that she lives in. So that was the first thing. Like, I was like, oh, Tyler Perry got a new crew, y'all. Like, he's shooting. And yeah. And you know what I'm saying? I was talking to one of my homies earlier about the movie and stuff. It's like, you know, as far as a skit, you know, you gonna have, you know, you shoot the skit on your cell phone, right? You know, your little comedy skit on cell phone. But if you take that red or that black magic camera that got that cinematic look to it, then you know you're not finna shoot how you shoot with a cell phone. You know the camera's not just gonna be wobbling around and shaking and shit. It's just gonna be framed in composition well, which I think this movie was. You know what I'm saying? Sitcom, you're gonna have 3 cameras up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have your wide and your 2 cameras over the shoulder. But in this movie, you got your close-ups. You got shit that's telling the story. You got the pacing behind it. You got the sound. You got the editing. You got everything that's working together. You got the set looking right. You know what I'm saying? Mind her hair. You know what I'm saying? The hair, you didn't really have to worry about the wigs because, you know, she's in this her hair is natural. You know what I'm saying? So she has this natural look. You know, she has this struggling look. To where you don't need to be all dolled up and shit. Now, Tiana Taylor, her wig, yeah, that's a different story. But you know what I'm saying? But as far as the main character, motherfuckers, they need to be on set. You know what I'm saying? It just cuts down on it minimizes the you know, the hair and makeup situation. Not saying, you know, she wasn't in that bitch getting dirty up, you know, looking like that didn't take a minute, but it definitely didn't take long as, you know, as like really trying to get her, you know, all dialed up, you know what I'm saying? So I think that helps out with him, you know, being able to push this out even in a quicker time span. Cause I seen that, I read that he shot this in 4 days. His other movies take 5, 6, 7 days to shoot. So you see how that time right there could have been added up to you know, to not prolong it to those normal 6, 7 days, 5, 6, 7 days when, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got to worry about that. Another thing, so yeah, she's going about her day. Her daughter's sick, and she goes to, you know, she's dealing with everybody at her apartment. Her landlord is trying to get her, you know, put her out for her eviction. You got the little guy that, Sinbad, his character, man in a wheelchair, you know, she's giving him money when she really ain't got it like that. You know what I mean? When you got somebody that will still help you out even though they ain't got it like that, it's like, yo, that's a whole different person. You know, that's somebody that's not selfish. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking in the movie, like, watching the movie, like, this girl would get her the shirt off her back, you know, to somebody that need it. You know what I'm saying? And watching the movie, it's like 90 people trying to help her. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's almost like, you know, he's giving her a hard time. When we all go through shit. You know what I'm saying? We all need that. We all need somebody to, you know, somebody to lean on and shit like that. What else? So yeah, she you know, after that, you know, she's taking her kid to school and everything like that. Saying, you know, her daughter needs lunch money, you know, for school, because, you know, she ain't really been eating and stuff like that. So with that, it's like, yeah, she's really not eating and stuff like that. So, you know, trying to get the lunch money for her daughter, whatever. She goes to work, you know, stuff going on at work. At one point, she gets into it with an undercover cop. They get into like a little road rage kind of thing, and he says something along the lines of, you know, I see you again, I'm gonna find a legal way to blow your head off. And that right there, because I'm sure it stood out to all of us. You feel me? It stood out to all of us. Cause like, yo, that's some crazy shit to be said. But, after, we get to the plot twist or whatever, it makes sense because it's exaggerated. The shit didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, we never saw it happen. You know what I'm saying? But not only that's a flag right there. Because I was like, yo, like, she got a whole case. Shawty got the bodyguard camera, the other cop that showed up, she got a bodyguard, the body cam and stuff. And it's like, yo, she got a whole case right here, like, you know what I'm saying? But the other flag was, well, yeah, she showed it in the flashback. The principal at the school, and she was dropping her kid off. You know what I'm saying? She waved at her, and it was almost like, why are you here kind of type vibe. It's like, what are you doing here? And that was another flag, like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, speed by, we going to, and she's at work, and she's telling her boss that she needed a check to go, she needed a check, so she go to the bank, cash it, get her daughter the lunch money that she need for school. Dude's like, nah, like, man, come on, bro. Like, she got a sick daughter. This is just not no regular daughter that she's taking care of. Like, her daughter is sick. She need medicine. This is not the everyday norm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it is for her, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more to this than my daughter needs to eat. You know what I mean? And even that, that just adds more reasons behind why she need to, make sure her daughter's straight. But her boss or whatever, he doesn't give her the check. And then while in the midst of that, that's when a robbery happens at the store. Guy comes in. He reads her name tag, says her name. He's like, give me the money. And her and the dude ends up wrestling over the gun. She takes the gun and she shoots dude. You know what I'm saying? Like on some self-defense type shit. And then while all that's happening, her boss is going on talking about, oh, you set this up, you set all this up, you going down for this. So now it's like this point, you know what I'm saying? At this point, you looking at, she takes a gun and she shoots the boss. Now, she shoots the boss, kills him. A beautiful shot. That scene was shot beautifully, by the way. I love how, you got the shot of the blood on the ceiling, the blood like on the set, on the windows and stuff like that. The boss's offices, like all that stuff looked good. You know what I'm saying? It felt like a real movie. It didn't seem like it was low quality or nothing like that. Like, what else? So I got something to say to come back to that, but moving on. And so at that point, she goes to before that, she goes back home and she finds her stuff outside. And here's my little thing. I'm backing this up, so if y'all watching the movie, you know who I am, what I'm talking about. But when she goes back to the house and it's raining and stuff like that, again, all this stuff is like in her head at this point. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So we gotta remember, like, all this shit is going on in her head due to this plot twist. But yeah, it's raining. She is soaked, y'all. She is soaked. You know what I'm saying? And then she goes back to this scene happens right before she goes to the back to work, and she shoots the boss in the robbery and stuff like that. When she goes back into, because now she has that book bag. Because outside in the rain, that's when her daughter had the science project that the people in the bank thought was a bomb. So now she has that book bag, that see-through book bag. When she's in that office, she's bone dry. She's probably sweating on her face or whatever, but she is bone dry. She doesn't look like she's been in the rain. So now I'm thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now it goes back to, damn, was it really raining? You know what I mean? Because now she's dry. You know what I'm saying? So, like, did she just imagine all that? You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm going with this? So now, yeah, it was just, yeah, if you watch it, it's just like, damn, it was raining, she's soaked, and then the next scene, she's dry. You know what I'm saying? She's dry while she's in that boss office. So now it's kind of like, was there a time jump, or did she just exaggerate that rain, or, you know what I mean? What else? So then she goes to the bank. She's in the bank. She's trying to cash a check, and her performance is just phenomenal. Her performance is phenomenal. And I see that, and like I said, back to the shots. Shots are the close-ups, you know what I'm saying? Capturing what she's feeling, her facial expressions, all that stuff, staying tight on the face. And, you know, not having the camera so wide, you know, the more detailed shots. But anyway, she gets to the bank, and she's just trying to get her money. They're telling her no, can't cash it without an ID. You know, and it's also, you know, realistic, because you go to the bank and you ain't got your ID, then you know, they're going to tell you no. They're going to deny you. So it's still within the realm of reality. You know what I'm saying? Just these subtle things are taking place. It's kind of like, what the fuck is going on? And being that, like I said, from Fall from Grace, when dude getting his head caved in. Like, now, once you know that, oh, he's trying to do some shit like this, you know what I'm saying? Now, it's like, when you watch this movie, it's like you really gotta take a step back and see what he's trying to do, because if it's not adding up, it's because it's something else. It's something else, and that just goes into a thriller movie. I saw this movie was a drama thriller, as opposed to, you know, the other movies I watch, because I watch thrillers. You know, psychological thrillers. And this one, I'm like, well, shit, psychological thriller, and then you got this drama thriller, which this movie was. And psychological thriller is more so, you know, motherfuckers crazy, motherfuckers going through this shit, motherfuckers doing this shit, you know what I'm saying? It's all in their head. As opposed to this drama thriller where she's not crazy. You know what I'm saying? She's not a crazy person. It's more so her circumstance, the situation that she was in, with the drama that's in her life that she's going through, that made her into this, you know, thriller type thing. You know, this psychological mindset, because, you know, she, the traumatic experience that she's dealing with. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. So it's like, nah, fuck it. So, boom. So she's going through all this stuff. But back to the bank scene. Yeah, they deny her ID. And she pulls out a gun and she's like, I want my money. So at this point, you know, I want to cash my check. At this point, it's like she pulls out the gun on the teller, but she's not robbing the store. She's not robbing. She's there to cash her check. You know what I'm saying? So now it's kind of like, you know, she's in this situation of where she's trying to get the help that she needs, which is to get the money so she can get back to her daughter. And as you watch the movie, it's like, you know, she's letting people go. She's keeping her word. It's like she's not there to rob the bank. She's not trying to rob the bank. She's just trying to get her check, cash her check, and leave. You know what I'm saying? And being in that standoff bank robber situation, I think that really adds on to the story. Because now you got these people in there and thinking she's trying to rob the bank, and she's not trying to rob the bank. And also what makes it so, I guess, hooking or captivating to watch is the shots. And the shots are, like I said, they're inserts and close-ups and stuff like that. So, like, when she's, like, standing there with the gun, you know what I'm saying? We see the gun in like a a medium long shot, not waist up, but like thigh up to her head where we can kind of see her hands and stuff holding the gun, and we go into like a close up where it's just like maybe like head to chest or just a close up on her face, and she's moving around. We don't know where the gun at. We don't know where she pointing at. You know what I'm saying? We don't know where she finna shoot. So you know what I'm saying? It really takes us into what's trying to hold in on what's going on, based on shots like that. You know what I'm saying? It makes it more like, you know what I'm saying, or what's going to happen or what's happening, because we're limited to our field of view of what we see in the shot, and that goes back to the cinematography. Like that shit was amazing, and then to have that performance on that shit too, man. This is his best movie. This is his best movie. No cap. Like, outside of, like thriller-wise, outside of, like, the comedy, the Medea stuff, like, this is that one. So, yeah, that's about the bank. I mean, also she has a daughter project in a see-through book bag. So, the people in the bank, they think she has a bomb and stuff like that. And I also had the use of the social media, going live and stuff like that in modern day. That kind of technology where she's going live when one of the bank cashiers, she is bank tellers or whatever. She is recording the whole thing and giving access to what's going on inside the bank. I thought that was a cool little thing that was put in there. And then, okay, so fast forwarding, like she's letting people go. You know what I'm saying? People got this going on, and she's letting them go, walk out the bank. You know what I'm saying? She's not like trying to hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? And then it comes down to the whole plot twist where her mom calls her while she's inside the bank and tells her that her daughter had died. She said her daughter had died the night before. So therefore, this whole day has been a hallucination. Like, this whole day, her taking her daughter to school, all this stuff, the daughter needing lunch money, all of it is in her head. So everything that we saw, you had to kind of not fully that's not what happened. You know what I'm saying? And coming to the fact that the whole day doesn't happen, it did not happen, or is exaggerated, it's all in her head. You know what I mean? So now it's like you back to point A, or we back to the starting point of what is going on, and that will make her that she already snapped. The whole day she already snapped. So, with that being said, it's like it's already snapped. You know what I'm saying? It's already exaggerated at that point. Because the shit didn't happen. We thought it did. Because the daughter wasn't there. The daughter died. So her snapping would be, her daughter's death. So once that shit happened, she just went along with her normal day as though it didn't happen. You know what I mean? And right before that, once that happens, we get a scene of SWAT coming in and throwing, flash bombs or whatever into the bank and shooting and killing her. Which, to me, it symbolized like it's over with. You know what I'm saying? This is her snapping back into reality of her realization that this shit didn't happen. You know what I mean? And then it ends, with her walking out and her in the backseat of the police car being driven away. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was a good fucking movie. For it to be shot in 4 days, he really got what he needed to do with this film. Like I said, cinematography, the editing, you know what I'm saying? It was put together well done. Yeah, it was put together well done. Yeah, I think that might be it, y'all. But what y'all think about this movie? Let me know what y'all think. Yeah, because once you got that plot twist and see that, like, her daughter already died and that would cause her to snap for this whole day, it's like everything else, everything that you see, you just got to take with, like, I guess a grain of salt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be really pulled into what the fuck you seen because of shit that happened. She was already gone. Just like with Fall from the Graves, head bashed in. Nigga show with a band and like exaggerated. You can't take that. The heart. It's a plot twist. You know what I'm saying? So, what y'all think about this movie? Let me know. I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna edit this together. But I just wanted to get this out, my thoughts out on this movie. What else could I say? Yeah, I think that's it, y'all. And okay, I'm back, y'all. So yeah, going back to her boss telling her no, knowing that the plot twist and everything. When her boss telling her no about the getting her check, that was like the first, I guess, breaking point into which during her day that a motherfucker was trying to stop her from getting that money to her daughter. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. That was like the first interruption. You know how you have a dream, you sleep, and somebody's calling your name, and they start calling your name while you sleeping, you dreaming, and it like enters into your dream. Like, that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first like interruption. Like, no, you can't get your check. You know what I'm saying? Because she's already thinking that her daughter is still alive, when she isn't. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying. So that's how I'm looking at the movie like that. And then the scene where she goes back to the school to actually jump, I guess to go to the school or whatever, and they're talking about taking her kid away. So now it's like I said, with that interruption, it's like she's still trying to move forward and handle what she needs to handle. Is that interruption? You know what I'm saying? Like, when motherfucker calling your name and you sleep. You know what I'm saying? So, that was just like, inserted into what she had going on was, they taking her baby away now. You know what I'm saying? Baby need lunch money. Now you taking my baby away. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how you gotta break down this stuff, man. Everything's just not on the surface. You know what I'm saying? That's a thriller. Everything, we not finna spoon feed you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have to watch this movie, and you might have to watch it again to understand what the fuck is going on. And I love movies like that. And like I said, this was executed well. Yeah. And another thing was, them not trying to cash that girl check. Like, she coming there. That's what they were saying, the lady that work at the bank, she comes here all the time. She works across the street at the store. Like, you know who she is. Cash that lady check. You know what I'm saying? You see her come in with her daughter all the time. This is her bank. This is where she goes pick up her check, cash her money. Like, man. And her not having her ID. People be like, what's the loophole? Why she ain't got an ID? But you gotta also think about, she just lost her car. Her car could have been in her ID. Her ID could have been in her car. You know what I'm saying? She's on the move. She. You know what I'm saying? Like, the car could have been left in the ID could have been left in the car. You know what I'm saying?